Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Simply Nerdy. I'm your host, Steven. I'm joined today by Alex.
Hello.
And we are here to talk about Spider-Man 2 because reviews came out today. I saw the reviews on Metacritic, which at time of recording, it's got a 91 Metacritic score. It is a must-play Metacritic title. And I was just getting so hyped from all the hype from the reviews that we are here to talk about it some more before the release on Friday. Stay tuned for Friday because we will be live streaming it on our Twitch channel. So follow us on Simply Nerdy 18 on Twitch to follow my live stream when I first boot up the game. So Alex, let's get into these reviews. Let's see what people have been saying about this game. First thing that I noticed was, well, multiple sources said that it has the best story of the series yet. And it's got two sets of stories. There's a story for Pete and a character arc for Pete and for Miles. And that just made me ecstatic. It's so great to hear that both Spider-Man are getting their own separate stories in this title and that we'll get to see them both have their own character arcs.
They really did emphasize the point in this one for it being like a Spider-Man 2 plot stories and stuff like that. But two Spider-Man stuff. But no, that's what I've seen as well, is that the story for this is also really good. What is it? I've also heard or seen from other like sources, like other YouTubers, where they say that I only saw it from like one other guy where he said that the story probably wasn't as good or as like emotionally enveloping as the first game. But he said nonetheless, it's still like a good story. If you're a fan of the old 80s to 90s like Spider-Man Dark comics, you'll like this. You'll like this story.
Yeah, that's exactly what I heard too. And I thought of you and I thought of all your brothers. I was like, oh, this is for them. Oh, we're gonna love it. No, seriously. Oh man, it's gonna be great. I'm so excited.
I'm psyched.
So then we're going into the combat. Supposedly the combat is familiar and excellent. It's gonna be like putting on a familiar pair of shoes. I don't know.
Yeah, worn in pair of shoes, worn in running shoes, broken shoes,
but they
like
still work great.
Exactly, precisely. They still got some kick in them, literally. That's what I heard as well. And honestly, I totally agree with, I would have to say, majority of the fan base right now and say, if it ain't broke, you'll fix it.
That's what I
said. The fighting mechanics, I think, were fine in the first game. If it's old and repetitive for you, that's fine. That's a certain preference. I just like the button spamming because it makes me feel like I'm doing the most I can with the most limited amount of effort I could do.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I love the takedowns. I'm so glad they're back. They didn't go away. Thank heavens, because those are the best part. I use those as often as I can just to see those visual candy of Spider-Man. But they also added parry attacks. Did you hear about that?
Oh, there's parry attacks? I didn't know about that one.
They have parry attacks now. So you can now parry, which is great. It gives the combat another layer that we never had before, which is great. They're still building upon that existing excellent combat formula in a small way, but I think it'll be an effective way. I've heard it works very well.
I wonder how that's going to work. If it's going to be just like another, what is it? If you like time the dodge really well, like in the old game, what was it? Whenever the enemies had like a blue thing, or the spider sense around your head turned blue, you dodge that, you can like web trip, zip tackle, whatever it is, and instantly kill the enemy or something like that.
Right. I didn't see exactly how it worked. They had it in the review footage. They talked about it. I didn't understand the mechanics of how it worked, but I'm excited to figure that out.
Dark Souls and Spider-Man.
No. I also heard that the boss battles are challenging and fun.
Ooh, that sounds really promising. And
that is a welcome change. Bring it on. You have to use everything you have in your arsenal to survive, supposedly.
Interesting.
Yeah, it takes a lot of skill to beat these bosses, so I'm excited.
Also, another thing that I'm stoked for with these boss battles is the fact that, they've got health bars now. So instead of just running around...
Oh, absolutely.
Hopefully trying to dodge everything that you can and then getting killed, and you don't know what stage you're on.
Yep.
Like, at least we get a certain gauge about that now.
Yep.
And I think that's a very minor but very important detail that they finally added to the game.
I agree. It's nice to see. I again, saw it in the review footage that different YouTubers were showing, and it looked great. Hallelujah. Thank you. Another thing, New York City feels much more alive than in previous games.
I haven't really noticed that myself, mainly from everything that I've seen. I haven't seen a lot of like just exploring the city itself necessarily. I've only seen snippets, clips of stuff where it's only combat. Like they're focusing mostly on combat and villain reveals or something like that. Rather than showing you like the interaction with like cities and stuff. Granted,
but you played the other 2 games, right? And you got to experience that on your own.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's something I definitely did experience with those games as well. But I don't know. I just hope that there's going to be more of that with adding. What is it? It's outside of. They're adding Brooklyn, right?
Yep.
And what was the other place?
And Queens.
Queens. That's it. All right.
Yep. I'm so excited. So there's more city. There's more to do, and the world expanding. There was one negative thing that I heard about that, and that is the open world activities need to evolve. And based on what they were showing, it looks like they had some of the same activities that you were doing when you were Peter Parker in the first Spider-Man game, taking pictures of landmarks and doing some previously used Spider-Man collectible things, right, scattered across the world. Didn't look like they were adding anything new to collect there. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just the vibe I got from that statement. But in my opinion, like you said, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I obviously collected all of them when I was playing Spider-Man and Miles Morales. I did 100% completed everything, and I found enjoyment because I was web swinging, and there was so much fun to just travel throughout the world. And that's another thing that I heard is that there's not a lot of fast travel, even though fast travel is seamless and it is incredible. You can fast travel anywhere you want to on the map. There's no like specific place on the map that you can fast travel to. It's anywhere you want. And but even though that was at the player's fingertips, they still did not use it because of the ease of web swinging and your web wings.
Yeah, the gliding, web gliding, whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. Because of those 2 things, people just didn't use it that much. But when they did, they were smiling.
Oh, no, yeah. That's also another thing I've heard a lot of positive reviews about as well is the traversal system. And they specifically said it feels a lot smoother when it comes to just basic web swinging now. Like they probably just ironed out a little few of the kinks or something like that when it came to like running into buildings and stuff like that. But then if there's anything else I've heard more positive praise for was how efficient the web wings were. And how quickly that you can get through the city as well. I saw like, what was it, a time comparison between, Miles Morales in the Miles Morales game and Spider-Man 2. And he was able to half the time get from point A to point B. And it took like 40 seconds in the Miles Morales game and it only took 20 in the Spider-Man 2.
Well, I'm excited. Dang, that sounds great. There are still crimes that happen in the city. Whichever branch of New York you're in, responding to these crimes in the city may result with the Spider-Man you are not playing as joining you in battle or may already be there, and you can team up and interact with each other as you fight.
When I learned about this a few weeks ago, holy crap, I was stoked.
I know it.
This was something that was so cool. Oh my gosh. I didn't. This was the thing that,
and tell you what they do when they interact with each other, because I wish they wouldn't have told me, but
I didn't. Oh my gosh, that was such a minor detail that I don't think a lot of people, or at least it wasn't a very popular opinion, so it wasn't something that I heard necessarily. That just sounds like such an interesting thing to give the world. Just throws you into more of that reality.
I agree.
We're going to see the other Spider-Man fighting as well.
Mm-hmm. It just makes it just makes New York seem more alive.
Yeah.
That is something I did not expect them to do. I just thought, okay, if I'm playing as Peter, then Miles is going to be doing his own thing and doing something else somewhere else in the city. I'm never going to run into him because that'd be weird. But here they are doing it, and it's working, and it sounds like in a great way. There are going to be 3 skill trees, one for Peter, one for Miles, and one that they both share, which sounds interesting. It sounds like the one that they share is actually pretty dang great. I don't know what it is, necessarily.
I wonder if it's going to be like tech, like web tech gadgets and stuff like that, because I remember hearing a lot about these two, and how they both have like two little like mini wheels that are like sitting at the bottom of the screen. One of them is supposed to be for like Miles's Venom Blast like stuff, and then there's supposed to be one for web gadgets and those. I think the web gadgets is something that they both share, and that's going to be their tree, and I hope that tree is really good, because I love the web gadgets in the 2018 Spider-Man.
Oh, me too. I loved them.
And then, if I'm not mistaken, I think Peter's is going to be a mix of the symbiote and the arms for his tree, is what I'm assuming.
That's what we can safely assume that. Again, it wasn't really given to us in the details of the reviews. If it was, I skimmed over it on purpose, so if we're outdated, I'm sorry. But we did it on purpose, so we can enjoy the game to its fullest when it comes out on Friday at time of recording. Anyway, so the last two positives kind of just going hand in hand. This made Anthony happy. Anthony is a Sea of Stars fan, and as well as the rest of the Symphony panel. I have never played it myself, but Spider-Man 2 has a Sea of Stars level pacing, which I guess Sea of Stars had a very good pace in the story. And the same goes here for Spider-Man 2. And hand in hand with that, it is the best superhero game ever made. I heard it from two sources. Said the exact same thing. It's like, holy crap, this game. And they both shared, they had the Platinum Trophy.
Yeah.
This is like the first game or second game that they've ever got the Platinum Trophy with a review copy, because they just could not stop playing. They loved it. And that's such a good thing to hear.
That's really good news. Honestly, I was worried that this game was going to come out, and granted, it was a very small part of me that thought that the game would come out and it would just suck, just like out of left field. It's just bombs entirely. Granted, I did.
Insomniac. I'm just kidding.
You betrayed me, but no. No, with them delivering two home run games with Spider-Man 2018 and Spider-Man Miles Morales, I honestly had full faith that this game was at least going to be like really good. If maybe not as record-breaking as the first one, it probably could be even better. I just had really high hopes for this game to at least have good story and just a fun time playing. So,
yep, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. That's what it sounds like. All right, so going into performance for the PlayStation 5, because this is the first Spider-Man game that's optimizing the power of the PlayStation 5 specifically, and not coming out for PlayStation 4 or any other iteration of PlayStation 4. This is the part that was spoiled to me. I will not spoil anything to any of you, but let's just say that the opening sequence of the game showcases that we are going to see things we've never seen before in a gaming experience, thanks to the power of the PlayStation 5. Not a single frame rate drop in performance mode. I've also heard that ray tracing looks better than before, and both modes have it enabled. So performance mode or in fidelity, you're gonna have ray tracing. And then the last thing I heard was, holy crap, this game is gonna be. This is a system seller. If you were waiting for a PlayStation 5 for any specific game, now is the time to get yourself a PlayStation 5, because this is the game that you're going to want to play it. This is a game you're going to want to play on your PlayStation 5. That's all I've got for performance. I didn't hear any negatives about the performance whatsoever. So all around, a fantastic performance, fantastic game. I'm so excited, and I cannot stop talking about it, so hence, here we are making this episode. Alex, what do you think? Before I give the last negative, do you have anything else to add?
So far, I would only say if there's anything about performance that I've heard, is that it is the best thing on PS5 to date. Like, from what I've been hearing from everyone else and reading on Metacritic as well, is that everybody says that this is the best. Nothing runs as well as this. Nothing looks as good as this game. And honestly, that stokes me for this game.
Goosebumps.
Not only just that, like, what is it? The launch trailer that just released, like, I don't know, was it the other day on the 15th? Venom? Oh my gosh, looks beautiful.
The voice actor played as Venom. You guys are right. He's sounding good.
Tony Todd
By the way,
Excellent choice.
I also heard the casting performance was phenomenal. There's nothing wrong with the actors. They performed flawlessly. This is the last negative thing I heard, and it is the fact that Mary Jane stealth sections are back. But Mary Jane stealth sections were not their favorite. But luckily here they are shorter, and she can actually fight back this time. I don't know what that means because I haven't played it, but I will on Friday. We'll figure it out. But supposedly they're not as bad as they were in the first game.
Yeah. I actually think I saw a little bit of a spoiler for it, and I'm not really going to say anything about it other than the fact that it just looks different. It looks like it'll handle a lot different from...
Well, she looks a lot different, too.
Yeah.
She totally got a face bump.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about some of the, character model faces and how they look so different. Because even with the PS5 remastered, new skin for Spider-Man, he looks bigger in this for some reason in Spider-Man 2. He looks chunkier, below the chin for some reason. And then Mary Jane just looks weird. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Insomniac, that's your only downfall, guys. You gotta pick a face and stick with it.
Yeah.
But anyway, holy crap, we're so excited for this game. Alex, do you have anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
Other than the fact that I specifically requested Friday off so I could play just solely that game, no. Think anything else?
I don't have time off, so at least not right now as an intern. So when I do get time off again, I will be doing that. But it's lucky dog. I'll be my hope is I'm going to be live streaming Thursday night at 10 p.m. when the game's typically released digitally, because I'm a digital only guy. And then I will live stream as soon as I'm able to play it until probably 11, probably like an hour, unfortunately, because I have to go to work the next day. But Friday when I'm off work, we're right back on. Right back on, baby. And then stay tuned also for on Friday later that evening, because we are going to have, not only we're going to have a launch party for Spider-Man 2, which is in Simply Nerdy's way of saying we're having a live stream. Is how we celebrate new releases. So we're going to have a launch party for Spider-Man 2 with me Thursday night. And then Friday night, we're going to have another release party / Simply Nerdy party on Friday in the evening, because Simply Nerdy is turning 5 years old. We're hitting our 5th year anniversary on the 18th. So just in a couple of days, we're going to celebrate it on the 20th, just so we can get the whole group together to live stream some Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Anyway, stay tuned for those 2 live streams later this week. We're going to do some celebrations here. But what a week to celebrate your 5th year anniversary with Spider-Man 2 and Super Mario Bros. Wonder launching the same day. You heard it here first. Let us know down in the comments down below what you think of Spider-Man 2 based on all these great reviews that we've seen and some terrible things that we've heard. And let us know what you are least looking forward to and what you're most looking forward to. And just let us know down in the comments below. And until next time, guys, keep it nerdy.
Keep it nerdy.